Does life really matter if everything's impermanent? Well, if life matters and you're matter, and we are matter being able to manipulate material, then even in the ever-changing landscape, in the variety of our own existence, there's no futility in permeating our unique perspective in this material world. When I first went through my spiritual awakening, or one aspect, one phase, because I think it's a continuous process, there's always going to be aspects of your divinity that you are awakening to. And so that's the path of spiritual awakening. It's not just one one event. However, I really came to a point where, if my job doesn't matter, if everyone's just believing that the afterlife is going to be better than this life, then why do anything? Why try? Why love? Why fail? Why do anything? It doesn't make sense. Apathy was literally about to grab a hold of me. But the more I went on living life, being still, since things are ever changing, we're always changing. Literally, the cells in our body are different. Our skeletal system is new. It renews itself every 7 years. So there's always change and impermanence on so many levels in this universe. When we accept that fact, I think we can have a better time on earth, a better moment of consciousness on earth, because that's what time really is, just our awareness that something is happening and something is passing through existence. When we embrace this fact, we embrace that change is all there is, we embrace the variety, the nuance, we could be happier, we could be more joyous, because it's like, that doesn't mean that nothing matters. It just means that you have to make it matter. And by making it matter, that is more powerful. And it's a more conscious way to deal with the impermanence of life. The fact that you don't know when you're going to no longer be in this body and be the person that you are. And even by not knowing how that experience will even go or how that will feel, there's a sense of peace that can come from accepting that this moment, you being alive now, you being able to feel yourself now, breathing air now, feeling your pulse now, that's something that you will never take for granted. Sometimes we need the kick in the ass of someone transitioning or getting in a bad car accident or whatever is here to jolt you up in this lifetime. It's going to be different for each and every one of us, but as humans we can't escape that lesson. And even if we learn it on our deathbed, accepting death, accepting the unknown allows us to live life more fully, because we don't know. But what we do know is that we exist now. So what are you going to do with your existence? It's a powerful way to be, because it allows us to not fall into that void of like the apathetic void. That's a trap. It's a trap. When we can be more empathetic to our own souls, that this shit is confusing. Like, being alive in a human body But knowing that there's an aspect of you that is not fully attached to this human body, but moving through it and animating it, it's like, but did I choose this? Do I really want this? Do I have to actively choose this every single day, or was this just a one-off? All these questions, they're valid. I like to look to nature for more guidance and how animals, plants, trees, how they interact with their existence. Do they even second guess the fact that they exist, or do they move through their existence? Because we have a cognitive reasoning and our brain can do that, we as humans often ruminate on these different layers of life when maybe some things are not meant to be answered, but meant to be experienced. And by not having the concrete answer, that may not be the end of the world, and that doesn't stop your existence, and it also doesn't invalidate your existence. I understand the need for humans in general to go to something that feels safe, like go towards a belief system or a doctrine or a dogma or a cult or a group that makes their ego feel safe and grounded and really bring understanding and understanding to this world. But what if we're not here for soul safety, but soul expansion? What if your soul can't be safe? And I'm not saying on a physical level we should put ourselves in danger. No, because that's not good for our nervous system. But what I am sharing is that seeking soul safety, to understand where your soul's going to go in the next life, or when it's no longer connected to a body, that is futile. Because if you don't even know the causality of your existence, why would you want to try to understand the finiteness of it? And the causality is very speculative, but what you do know is that you exist. We all have different interpretations of what caused all of life existence and what flows through our veins and what's going to happen after nothing is flowing within us. But what we do know is that we exist now. We feel ourselves in the present. We can breathe deeply and know that we exist. Last week on my Substack, I've shared an article on pulse reading and pulse meditation, connecting with your pulse in order to anchor and ground yourself in the present, to understand on a soul level the life force that is moving through you, and how pulse is the communication between consciousness and chi. Chi being life force and consciousness being awareness of that life force. Pulse meditation has really helped me. It's helped my anxiety, and it's also helped deepen my acceptance for my existence. And being more human, acceptance is a key component to loving our human life, understanding it and making sense of it. And some things aren't going to make sense. Some people are going to be doing some crazy shit in the world, and it's not going to make sense. But what do you radiate? Because you're focusing on what they are radiating and the behaviors they're doing and the perspectives that they have, and you don't agree with it. Well, what are you putting out in the world? How are you feeling every single day? Because that's also what you put out in the world. One thing I do understand is that we're here to love. We're here to be loved. And we are love. So if love is the very fabric of our nature, The desire to exist is love. Love is desire, not the desire to take or constrict, but the desire to expand, let go, and accept, and to flow. Love, then even through love, if love has made me and love is what I'm here to feel and love is what will always be, then I can hold on to that. I can hold on to that. And how I express love, that's my choice. That's your choice. Nothing's meant to stay the same. Permanence could lead to stagnation and constriction. Impermanence always allows for flow. So the more that we allow ourselves to grow and change and shift and expand, we allow for a greater expression of love. When you love someone and you allow for their own expression, that is true anchored love, not egoic love, not trying to hold on to them and constrict them. So moving with the theme of impermanence in our own lives, it could bring us to more acceptance. But that's not to negate that things won't hurt us. It's not to negate that when people transition off of this earth and move out of their human vessel, that it won't hurt, because it will. Or if someone's not exemplifying the love that you wish they could, what you wish they could have the capacity for, the love within you can radiate into that all-knowing field that they are here still expanding. And just because they haven't expanded in that arena as much as you, or don't understand that on a level where they can make conscious awareness of their actions, it doesn't diminish their cosmic right to exist. We all have that. Humans, animals, birds, bees, water, rocks, air, we all have cosmic rights to exist, and we're all interdependent in one way or another. I depend on you, even though we don't know each other consciously. And you depend on me. If we can look at that as the universal truth, that we are all connected in this fabric of life, and this fabric is woven through love, cosmic love, love that's undeniable. Yes, there's layers to love and how we can actually learn to distill love in our human spheres, but that all knowing, that all accepting, that all understanding, that all powerful love, that's what keeps our heart beating. That's what makes the soil a conduit for the seed to become a seedling. That love is what allows whales to communicate with each other through frequency. That love is what intuitively shares with nature and trees the shifts in season. And the more that some humans want to play that all-knowing source without being rooted in love, it will backfire. Because love is all there is. That low level of love, it's still desire for expansion. And even the ego can desire expansion. So I love you. I really do. And I appreciate the fact that you exist, that we have this medium to move through together. And as things change and ebb and flow, and the rhythms of our lives will always continue to shift, Remember in each moment that you matter. Your matter means you matter. You wouldn't exist if you didn't matter. Peace.
I honor God when I honor me. I honor God when I honor you. You honor God when you honor me. If you don't honor God, how could you honor me? Honor me.